If you're in marketing or want to be in marketing, you'll constantly find yourself consuming information, reading, and learning. But there's so much information online that it's really difficult to find the best of the best that speaks to you and to repeat this research process on a regular basis. Unless you have your favorite sources of information bookmarked somewhere or listed down, you actually have to go through that research process every time you're looking for new information, and it becomes more difficult to stay on top of trends, to learn what's new, and to stay up to date with new strategies and tactics you should be implementing in your day-to-day work. So what helps? For me, newsletters help a great deal because they're my favorite ways to stay updated. I mean, who doesn't like to get top marketing news delivered straight into their inboxes without the hassle of going through that research process every single time? That will get you up to speed with marketing news, trends, maybe job alerts, strategies, guides, and how-tos, and all of that good stuff. Newsletters save you a ton of time that you would spend reading, scrolling, and sifting through lots and lots of different sources of information. They're great learning opportunities, and they also give you conversation points which you can use in your companies, in your interviews, which I'm sure many of you can relate, as well as tips and strategies that you can just take away and start applying to your work right away. In fact, this is one of my favorite benefits from newsletters because I can get into the mindsets of the creators that I really admire, and I can take away their actionable tips and strategies, and this is basically like instant ROI of my time when I get those types of actionable tips. In this video, I'm going to share with you my top 5 handpicked email newsletters that are free and great for marketers. I'm going to share the details of the newsletters, why I love them, as well as probably a recent favorite piece in the newsletter. Number 1 on my list is Marketing Brew by Morning Brew. Morning Brew was already a newsletter that I had been subscribed to for a couple of years now to get business, entrepreneurship, technology, finance type of news, and I really loved it. The language was really easy to consume. Then they also launched Marketing Brew, which I was super excited about, and I've been subscribed to it since day 1 actually. It gets you up to speed on digital, brand marketing, social media, product marketing, and other hot topics that marketers need to know about in just under 5 minutes. And that's the catch. I really love that it's under 5 minutes because I always know what to expect and how much time I need to invest in reading this newsletter, which is always a good point. It's delivered 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday afternoons. And what I really love is the language is very fun and witty, and the content is very relevant. I usually find myself sharing the content with other people or forwarding this email to people in my network that I want them to read as well. I mean, it's always a good sign when you want other people in your network to read it and be informed too. It keeps you up to date. It gives you good talking points for your conversations with people in your industry. Let's look at the latest one that I received in my inbox. This is how it looks like. It gives you a good recap. There are articles that it links to, so sometimes I actually want to read the full article and I go to the website to finish the article. One thing I can add is that it gives you a good idea of what types of campaigns, marketing campaigns, are running in the industry right now, and it gives you a good sense of that seasonality as well. So this is definitely a newsletter that you want to subscribe to. It takes no more than 15 seconds to sign up. I don't see any reason why not to do it. Okay, moving on to the second one, which is the Steel Club by Alex Lull. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. This is a newsletter that I've only recently learned about, maybe a couple months ago, maybe even less than that, but I really ended up loving it, and I read all the previous issues, I think all the previous issues, by clicking on this on his webpage. So if you click here, you can actually see what it's like, what you're going to receive in your inbox. This is always a good practice, I find. I don't know if I have been doing this with my own newsletters, but this is a great practice because you get to see a glimpse of what you're gonna find in your inbox whenever there's a new issue. So let's click on one of them and let's dive into what the content is about. So Alex looks at how people use Twitter to grow audiences, build products and businesses, and we're basically looking at how they use social so that we can get inspired, we can steal their tactics and strategies and use it for our own content. He also has the estimated reading time in the start of his issues, And then he uses a framework, a template that he repeats for every issue that he writes. And it's really easy to consume. It's really easy to follow through. And it's really easy to get those tactics, extract the tactics that you can steal right away. This is one of the newsletters that I find actionable insights and takeaways that I can implement into my own strategy right away. It's very inspirational, but also very actionable. So this is why I love this newsletter. So I definitely recommend subscribing to the Steal Club if this is something that interests you. Next one on my list is Raisin Bread by MarketerHire. MarketerHire is a company that I've talked about in the past in other videos. They are a freelancer marketplace. They vet the freelancers that join their website. I don't think they work as a job board, but they have great content, which I've been following along for a while. And they also have this newsletter, Raisin Bread, which I also love the name as well, where they have exclusive Q&As with world's top marketers. They have curated marketing news, private marketing tool discounts and offers. Again, all under 5 minutes. I think this 5 minutes, 6 minutes, the estimated reading time promise is a good catch for newsletters, and they only send once a week. Again, you basically only leave your email address and subscribe. Maybe takes less than 5 seconds to do so. If you go on MarketerHire website and click on newsletter, you're able to see the previous issues and catch up on Raisin Bread. And here we go. We already have 76 issues. Here's an article that I enjoyed a lot recently. 29 different types of marketing explained. It's a very in-depth one, so this is a long article to read through, but it's really, really valuable if you're looking to understand different marketing terms and so on. Again, I love the organization. I love the colors. I think colors really speak to me when I'm consuming information. So I love how they break it down. It's really easy to follow through. And last but not least, and probably the most important, the content is really good. The language is really good. So again, another one that I highly, highly suggest you subscribe to. Next one on my list is Late Checkout by Greg Eisenberg. So this is someone that I've recently started following on Twitter. I've recently become a Twitter person, and I found Greg's tweets to be really insightful, really intriguing. He has a Substack newsletter. If you don't know Substack, I suggest you research what Substack is all about. It's a really great newsletter platform. It has a monetization option for newsletters as well, but this one is free. And I found the content to be really mind-blowing, really intriguing, really drove my curiosity. Greg talks about community-based products and internet communities. The information, I'm gonna say, is more advanced than the other ones we talked about so far. The information is more niche, more focused, but it's really interesting. It really gives you kind of a glimpse into what the future could look like for internet communities, for community-based products. I've learned a new concept by following Greg's content already, which is Web3. I probably knew what it was, but I just didn't know the name, and I found myself learning so many new things. This is a piece on what the future of NFTs will look like that I really loved from his writing. He talks a lot about what the future is going to look like and projections and insights, which if you're interested in that kind of stuff, definitely a must follow, must subscribe newsletter. Again, the information is free and it's really interesting. The final newsletter on my list is Marketing Examples by Harry Dry. I remember recommending his content, his website several times before, probably on my newsletter, probably in other content, other videos of mine as well. It's really great. I love his content. It's really actionable, and I think that's why I love this one so much. I often find myself going back to his content to remember some actionable tips. When I'm working on copywriting, when I'm working on landing page copy or email copy, I usually find myself going back to his content to recap and remember his tips and his examples, because it's all about examples. So it gives you practical copywriting tips with examples, and I think that is what makes it so powerful and important to follow. It doesn't only give you inspiration and lessons, but also prompts you to apply immediately. Here we go. Let's take a look at this one. I mean, this is like a step-by-step guide to landing pages that convert. So of course you can go to his website to read the content as well, but if you want to stay updated, if you want to get notified when there's something new that he publishes, then you need to subscribe to the newsletter instead of checking the website regularly to see if there's new content. So this is one that I love. There's one that is specifically on copywriting tips that I particularly love, and I've referred to it so many times in the past. So as you see, like, he really digs deep into the examples and gives you examples of what you could write, what a hook looks like in this case, what a niche looks like, how to do it basically. It's not just a lesson on what to do, but it's exactly how to do it. So that's what makes it so good. The frequency used to be 2 times a month. I don't think he's been sending newsletters for a while. Maybe he's taking some time off. I don't know, but yeah, the promise is twice a month. He sends the best tips to the newsletter. So again, subscribing takes less than 5 seconds. I highly suggest doing so. And finally, a bonus one for you, and also a shameless plug. I'm going to talk about my own newsletter. If you're not subscribed already, I do have a newsletter which I send out an issue weekly or bi-weekly depending on other priorities at that time. It's all about marketing, career tips, and work life. And if you enjoy the content on this channel, I'm sure you're going to enjoy the content on the newsletter as well. It is different than what is on the channel. So if you're interested, check it out and subscribe. I'm going to leave the link in the description box below as well as the comment. I'm also going to leave the links to the other newsletters in the description box below. So choose which ones fit you the best and which ones speak to you the best and subscribe to them. They're all free and they are a great source of information that I've kind of sifted for you and filtered for you. And that's a wrap for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos on marketing, career, and work life. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.